Yoga for everybody with Meditation Mutha.
Hi everyone, this is Kim Goyette, your Meditation Mother, coming to you live from Austin, Texas. I'm here with two puppies today, Jimmy Kibble and his brother Johnny Angel. He's visiting, sleeping over. But anyway, I feel very relieved today because we made it through the last few weeks. My daughter has been struggling since the beginning of school with some emotional roller coasters due to hormones, and it has been absolutely overwhelming. And what I thought today, and why I bring that up, is because everything is so temporary. Now she's feeling good and the roller coaster is subsiding a little bit, and I wanted to do a practice all about resiliency. So if we can just make it through to the next day, things change. Whether it's something that's challenging at work or in a relationship or just your feelings inside, it's only temporary, and we can move through those uncomfortable sensations and come out on the other side. So we'll be doing a Yin practice today. In Yin, we hold postures for longer periods of time so that we can feel within the body, allow for time to release the stretch reflex, and really sink into ourselves, into our bodies and minds. So we're going to start today on hands and knees. Spread the fingertips out nice and wide. Bring your toes to touch, knees wide out to the edges of the mat, and we'll sit back towards the heels. So if this is not for you today, you can put a blanket underneath your heels or a block there, or put a block or blanket underneath your forehead, and we're going to come to rest all the way down towards the earth. Again, if this is not a comfortable posture for you, prop yourself as needed. We'll separate the fingertips out, spread them out nice and wide, and then allow the elbows to soften more towards the earth. And just notice, start to tune into the body. You may feel a little congestion in the front of the hips. Allow that squeezing to happen. We're just on the edge of sensation, never pain. So if you feel any pain come out of it, you can always lay on your belly and sit this one out, or prop yourself in a different way. Good. Allow with every breath expansion in the back body on the inhale. Exhale, soften the chest more towards the earth. Good. Inhale, take a deep breath underneath the armpits, expand. Exhale, soften. One more time, deep inhale, expand. And exhale, soften the chest. Good. Come back to hands and knees. Come all the way out onto your belly. Lengthen the legs below you. Stack the hands one on top of the other. And we'll just take a moment to notice. So this practice is all about feeling, bringing awareness to the body and the mind, and then allowing the breath to invite you into the posture a little more fully. With Yin Yoga, we start at 60%, and the effort is in the release. So we're going to be softening our bodies and minds with breath throughout this practice. Let's come up onto the forearms. The elbows are a little bit in front of you. And instead of pushing into the forearms and lifting out of the shoulders, in the Yin practice, we allow our low belly to drop, our shoulders to sink a little bit more. So the belly is touching. Separate the feet from right to left. Give yourself some expansion and space in the low back. And if you feel any tension in the low back, draw your heels wider. So roll those heels wider. So there should be a little bit of healthy compression going on in the low back. If there's any pain or sensation, again, lower down, maybe lengthen the body a little bit and then try again, or just rest, whatever feels right for you today. We're going to feel like the elbows are dragging back, the shoulders roll open, the belly drags forward, opening up, and then drop the head down. We'll be here for several breaths. I'd love for you to bring your awareness in between the shoulder blades. Take a deep breath there. Expand from right to left. Exhale, maybe sinking the ribs more towards the earth. Inhale, expand. Exhale, soften. Good. Inhale, expand. Exhale, soften. Good. On your own, just breathing, inviting that breath in a little more fully to create space. Really relaxing the back of the neck, tuck the chin. Soften the jaw by separating the teeth, parting the lips, and just relax. Allow the flesh of the face to fall towards the earth. Good. We're squeezing out any toxins in the kidneys. Allowing for fresh blood to flow in as we lower down with an exhale. Again, just take a moment to notice any differences from right to left. And we'll start to move into the hips. We'll take that left knee out wide to the left. So we're hiking our left knee out wide. The right leg stays straight back. Hands are stacked one on top of the other. This is very asymmetrical, so it's going to feel different from right to left, and that's okay. Rest your forehead on the hands, and then just feel like your left hip is very heavy and sinking more towards the earth. So you might feel some sensation, congestion in that left hip. And what I'd love for you to do is bring your awareness there and take a deep breath into that space. Inhale, expand in the hip flexor. Exhale, soften, sinking more towards the earth. The chest softens, the hip. Good. We're going to be here for several breaths. So I want you to work with your own breath. Allow your body to expand on the inhale. Exhale, soften. And start to bring your awareness to your mind, noticing where your thoughts are out with a little bit of discomfort. Again, we're just on the edge of sensation, allowing the breath to invite us in a little bit more fully into the posture. Sneaking up on ourselves as our muscles relax, our joints soften. Inhale, expand. Exhale. Good. One more breath here. Exhale, soften. And we'll lengthen that leg all the way back. Relax your head on your on your hands. And just notice again any movement in energy, any sensation or shifts, vibration, heat. We'll do the same thing on the right side. So hike that right knee out to the right. Belly stays flat towards the earth. Good. Again, one side might be very different than the other. Prop yourself if needed, if you need a blanket to support yourself. And just bring your awareness to your right hip this time. The right hip is heavy, sinking more towards the earth with just gravity, no effort. Again, coming to the edge of sensation, adjust yourself if you need to feel the edge, that's 60%. And then inhale, expand, use your breath. Exhale, soften, maybe a fraction of an inch more towards the earth. Noticing any gripping in the hip or the low belly or even the jaw. Scanning the body and mind, releasing any sensation of tension or stress on the exhale. And just a few more breaths on your own, expanding. On the inhale, exhale, softening. The ribs melt towards the earth. Good. One more breath here. And exhale, soften. Let's bring that leg straight back. Good. And relax the head, just taking a moment to notice any differences from right to left. Good. We'll stay here, bring the hands underneath us and just roll over onto our backs. Feet are planted, knees are up towards the sky. Good. Separate the feet from right to left, nice and wide. So the feet are out at the edges of the mat. The arms are along the side to start. We'll bring both knees over to the left. So just allow them to fall. If you need to prop your knees with a blanket or a block, feel free to do so. Again, we just want the edge of sensation. So both legs fall to the left. If it feels okay on your arms, you can bring them to either to cactus arms or arms extended out wide in a T. But make sure your hands are a little bit lower than the shoulders so that you can relax the shoulders down. Whatever feels good on your chest today. And again, we're going to be here for several breaths, just working into sensation. So bring your awareness to any tension or any gripping. And allow for space. Take a deep breath from your right hip all the way up through your right armpit. Inhale. Exhale. Everything from the right wraps more towards the right and feels heavy. The ribs, the chest. Good. Inhale. Expand from the hip all the way to the armpit. Exhale. Sink the body more towards the right. Working with your own breath. If you need a little bit more sensation, you can take the left ankle, place it on the right knee, and allow for some stability and groundedness in the lower body. This is going to open up the hip more, allow for a little bit deeper twists. Only you know where you're at today, so take it to where you feel right on the edge of sensation. And then working with the breath, sending your breath from your right knee all the way up through the crown of the head. Expand on an inhale. Exhale in reverse, down the crown of the head and out the right knee. Good. Just noticing where your mind is at when you're on the edge of discomfort, and see if you can use your breath to soften towards that space as opposed to running away from that space. Let's take a few more breaths here. And exhale. We are so much more resilient than we give ourselves credit. Yes, we are able to make it through the hard times and see another day of light, sun, and hope. The left foot. We'll bring both knees back to center. What I'd love for you to do is lengthen the legs down. And again, just notice, stay here for a moment. Notice any shifts in energy, heat, differences from right to left side. And then we'll bend the knees. Let's bring the feet nice and wide again. This time we'll bring both knees over to the right. Good. The chest is up towards the sky. The left shoulder is towards the earth. It may not make it all the way there, but it's moving in that direction. Prop your knees if you need to with a blanket or a block. And any arms you want. So you can have your arms extended out in a T, cactus arms, or along your side, whatever feels good for you. Again, we'll start to expand with the inhale from the left hip all the way up through the left armpit. Inhale. Exhale, softening everything to the left, so the low ribs wrap more to the left, the chest, the organs. Good. Inhale, expand. Exhale, soften. Just relaxing the jaw, softening the face. Noticing any tension in your low belly, in your throat, the chest.
And just working with your breath, continuing that edge of sensation. So as your body starts to relax into the posture, you may be able to have a fuller expression of that posture, little by little, just inching our way. Good. If you want more sensation, take your right foot, plant it on your left knee, and allow those legs to be heavy. If this is too much, just stay where you are. Good. Deep breath in, expanding. Exhale, sinking, moving towards the sensation. Good. We are not afraid to feel. And we know that there is a temporary aspect to almost every pain with relief at the end. So just moving towards that resiliency. Good. One more deep breath here. Exhale out the mouth to release any tension. Good. Let's plant both feet. Bring the knees back to center, arms along your side. Lengthen the legs all the way down. Good. And just notice, close the eyes, notice your body. And we'll hug the knees into the chest. Roll over to one side, make our way all the way up to seated and to hands and knees. We're going to go through the very last posture, which is pigeon pose. So I want to show an option for pigeon. Actually, I should have stayed on the earth. You can stay at hands and knees. For some of us, pigeon doesn't feel good on the knees, and what we can do is just take the right ankle, cross it over the left knee, and then draw the legs in towards the chest. If you want more sensation, you can gently push away with your right hand as you move in with the left hand. You'll get a nice opening, very same sensation as you would have if you do full pigeon. We'll do one side and then the other. For others who are into pigeon, we'll separate the fingertips, come to hands and knees, bring the right knee very wide out to the right hand. So the right knee comes very wide. This is a different form than traditional pigeon that's much more gentle. We're just going to sweep the foot in just a little bit. So your shin is not parallel to the front of the mat like it would be in a traditional pigeon. Curl the back toes, lift the back knee, wiggle that leg all the way back, really lengthen. Drop the back knee down, point the toes. We're going to walk up the fingertips just a little bit. If you need blocks under your hands, you can use that. Roll the shoulders back, and we'll feel a little bit of healthy compression in the low back. If it's too much for you, if you don't have a lot of space back there, you can lean forward to give yourself some space, and that's totally fine. From here, we're going to start to make our way down towards the earth, opening up the back of the right hip and the front of the left hip. So we'll start to work our way down. So it might be that you come down onto forearms or forearms on blocks. I love this position where you come up onto the elbows and rest your head in your hands. You may be at stacked hands or fists. So wherever you are today is just perfectly fine. Find that posture where you can be at 60%, because we're going to be here for quite a while with several breaths. And it's the breath that you're going to use as a tool to invite your body into the posture a little more fully. So get to the edge of sensation. You should be feeling this towards the right outer hip, possibly the left front hip. If you feel it in your knee, you might want to flex that right foot, or maybe support your hip with a blanket underneath your right hip so you can sink into that a little bit more. Relax the shoulders, the face. Notice the right hip, and we're going to pretend like it's a balloon. And on an inhale, expand the muscles, expanding just like a balloon. And on an exhale, maybe softening the chest, maybe adjusting the hands a little bit as you soften and sink more towards the earth. Inhale, expand the right hip. Exhale, relaxing the chest, softening the face, the jaw. Good. Continue with that, making small adjustments if needed. If you want a little bit more sensation, you can walk your hands out front and to the left a little bit. And you might feel a little bit more sensation as you sink deeper towards the earth. Again, never pain, just sensation. Take a deep breath into the right hip, expand. Exhale, soften. So normally it's right about this time that people are thinking, Kim, why the heck am I in this position? This is so annoying. I just want to get out of here. Just notice your mind and see with that edginess, that discomfort, if you could breathe some space, it maybe soften towards it as opposed to running away from it, from putting up our shield, from hiding or putting a Band-Aid on our feeling. Moving towards and through that sensation. Good. Another deep breath here. Expand. Surrender any tension or gripping. We're going to do 3 more breaths. A deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, wide mouth. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, wide mouth. Letting go. Inhale, last time. Exhale, wide mouth. Good. Start to walk the hands underneath you. We can move back to hands and knees. And we'll sweep the legs all the way through underneath us. Come to laying on our back for just a moment. Allow our bodies to settle in naturally without a lot of movement. And just notice that we do not need to direct sensation to move out of our body. Emotions and thoughts are meant to be temporary. They're meant to be acknowledged and then moved through us towards release, towards relief. Good. Hug the knees into the chest. We'll roll over to one side. Make our way all the way up to seated. Back to hands and knees. Yes, we do have another side. Good old lefty. So again, you can lay on your back and do figure 4. Cross your left ankle over your right. Or bring the left knee nice and wide out to the left. Sweep it through. Curl the right toes. Lift the right knee. And wiggle that leg all the way back. Drop your leg down and point the back toe. Walk the fingertips back. A little bit of healthy compression in the kidneys. Roll the shoulders back. Again, use blocks if you need to. And then we'll start to soften down. So one side may be very different than the other. So prop yourself as needed. If you need a blanket or different hands for this side, go for it. Relax the back of the neck. Stack the hands or elbows, whatever feels good for your body today. And start to surrender, coming to that edge, that 60% of effort. Good. Hold back on really forcing yourself towards 100% because we'll use the breath to invite ourselves in a little bit more deeply. So notice, bring your awareness to your left hip this time. Inhale, expand the left hip. Exhale, hi boys, sinking more towards the earth. Always surprises in my house. Inhale, expand. Exhale, soften. Inhale, expand. Just making those small adjustments. Exhale, soften, and surrender. And if you need a little bit more sensation, you can move your chest forward and over to the right. Good. Take a deep breath into that left hip. Expand. Exhale, soften, open the jaw, part the lips. Good, just a few more breaths like this. Good, notice where your mind is at, any thoughts, any of those edgy thoughts coming up. Work with the breath. Yes, you can move towards them and through them as opposed to holding on to those emotions and thoughts. Take a deep breath here, expand. Exhale, soften. One more deep breath. Exhale, surrender, making any final adjustments. 3 more breaths. Here we go. Inhale deep through the nose. Exhale, wide mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. One more in through the nose. You have this. Exhale. Good. Push the hands underneath you. Come to hands and knees. We'll sweep the legs all the way through. Come to laying flat on the back. This is hilarious. They're right below me underneath the deck. Oh my goodness. Good. And then close the eyes. Again, just noticing any sensations or shifts without your effort. Things just flowing through you. Surrendering. Arms are along your side. Palms face up. Separate the feet out to the corners of the mat. And we'll be here for a moment in Shavasana, resting pose. Just allowing all your efforts to be integrated. Movement and release of tension to be swept away with the exhale of your breath. And from the toes all the way through the crown of the head, inhale. And exhale. Hug the knees into the chest. Roll over to one side. Make your way all the way up to seated. And we'll finish with just a little bit of breath work, a surrender breath. So the exhale is what we're focusing on today, to allow ourselves to release anything that's been built up within our body, within our mind. You can have your hands soft on your legs, and we'll close the eyes. And we're going to take a nice inhale, just a normal inhale, and then really slow down the exhale all the way to the bottom of the breath. Good. Inhale, expand. Exhale, just really softening, letting go, moving towards and through any tension. Inhale, expand. Exhale, soften one last all the way to the bottom of the breath. Good, and just notice where your mind and body is at right now. And we'll bring the hands to heart center and just release and surrender the thinking mind to the feeling heart. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Kim Goyette, your meditation mother. If you like this video and you want to be the first to receive weekly videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel at Yoga with Meditation Mutha. See you next time.